MotorWeek is made possible by Rock Auto and Tire Rack.
Hagerty Insurance has more collector car enthusiasts under their wing than any other agency in the world. And no other insurance company has as much passion for the objects they protect. So, what could be cooler than heading off to Traverse City, Michigan to cruise with Maskell Hagerty and some of his own classic wheels? Growing up, it was mainly 90s imports that got me really excited about cars. But after hanging out with Maskell for a day and driving some of these fabulously inspirational cars, they should probably get you revved up as well. Back in the early 80s, Maskell's parents sold a general insurance agency and sailed into the wooden boat business. Well, moving into the 90s, those boat owners also had cars. Fast forward to today, and Hagerty insures cars, boats, and motorcycles.
We can't judge somebody else's car. For whatever reason that they bought it or own it, restored it, or built it from scratch out of a bunch of parts, they built it their way and they bought it for their reasons. And our job isn't to judge it. Our only job is to figure out, do they truly like the thing?
This had us thinking, it's got to be expensive to insure a collectible car, right?
Even though the cars are more and more and more valuable, the premiums are a fraction of the price typically of a normal car because they don't get used quite as much and people take really good care of them.
What car might qualify for such coverage? Luckily for us, Hagerty's Garage has some beautiful examples.
So the collection we have is really a collection of stories as much as it is a collection of cars. And so many of them tell different stories of either my life or some sort of point in the business, from, kind of cool cars for going on rallies to, cars that were restored by employees. The Corvette is our single most insured vehicle in the U.S. So if there wasn't a Corvette in here, it'd be kind of a strange story in a lot of ways.
When asked if there's any car too valuable to drive, Maskell replied with a firm heck no.
There's nothing worse than to leave a car sitting around. It deteriorates far worse than if it's just used carefully on a regular basis.
Okay, just about any car. He thinks maybe the Ford Quadricycle is an exception to the rule.
My life in cars really started with this one right here. It's a 67 Porsche 911S, and I bought it when I was 13 years old.
With your own money?
Yeah, lawn mowing money.
Oh, wow.
Lawn mowing money. I was a very prolific lawnmower.
He wanted to be James Bond, but no Aston Martins were available. So, $500 for what was going to be an ice racing, air-cooled Porsche 911 would have to suffice. Maskell learned to fix it up himself and now spreads that knowledge to enthusiasts of all ages.
What we do to help support the hobby as it relates to kids is a couple dimensions. One, we started, it's called the Hagerty Education Program.
Wouldn't it be exciting to make a career working with collectors' vehicles or boats? Well, guess what? You could get a job doing it. Schools teach restoration techniques thanks to the millions of dollars in scholarships and grants made possible by Hagerty. But wait, you can't drive a manual. Well, that's okay. If you're 15 to 25 years old, just see if there's a Hagerty driving experience school near you. They'll teach you all about the third pedal, and in some of the coolest cars around. So not only is Maskell aiming to get kids excited about the hobby or a job with classic cars, but he's essentially growing his customer base in the process. Talk about a win-win.